Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today's video is on a Lake Superior agate that I did in October of last year, or August of last year. And this is a cab that I got. I got two pieces out of it. And this is the cab that I cut. There we go. Trying to get the. It's got some pits in it. They both do, and they've got some softer spots. And then this was the heel section of it. It was a little bit thick, but it had quite a bit of red in it on this other side. I don't know if that's the side I showed you a second ago, but it's also got fractures in it. But none of the fractures that look like they don't go end to end or all the way across the stone. I don't think they're going to come out. They're just there. And you can't hardly find a Lake Superior agate that doesn't have a fracture in it. I need to be looking through my glasses because I get a yellow box whenever I get it too close. I think that's when it's yellow. I just did this intro a minute ago, but my camera shut off on me, and then when I opened it up, it didn't record any of the first part of the video of it. It evidently wasn't recording at the time, and it just had timed out because I hadn't hit record yet. But anyway, I'm going to put this in a two-part video. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. I'm going to put this in a two-part video, or make this a two-part video, or two videos out of this same rock, because this was all from the same stone. But this one took this one looked like it took a lot more time than this one, because this one was on a second file in the computer, because I'd saved this one to a file, and I said light and I named the file Light and Dark Lake Superior agate. Well, that's light and dark. But there was another one that was a red with white in it, and this one was white with red in it. And it looked like it was going to be awful long, because I'd have found the footage for this, and in a previous video that I edited, that I had done, or that I don't know how I found it, but I found it anyway. And I had those loaded up too, so it was like twice as many clips for this one, for the end piece, as it was for the thin cab that didn't take as long. And it turned out that it was a red Lake Superior agate with white in it. And I'll put it in a different video, but this video turned out to be 50 minutes long, so I'm still going to make a second video, and I haven't even put in the intro in it yet. Let me see if I can get where you can see. Let me zoom in here. And see if you can see the fortification lines that's in the red, and then the white around the red. I was doing the playback on my TV, and I had it full screen when I was doing it. Yeah, they're showing up better here. And I could not see them. And then here's the eye that I was talking about. I can keep it still enough. I think I had both hands on there. I'm holding it in front of the screen instead of the camera. There we go. And it had a fortification line in it, but it's got fractures. None of them will break off. I'm sure I mentioned that. I don't know already. This one does too, but it's got good fortification lines in the white also. And I haven't edited that video yet, but I'm going to put it in this video and the other video just in case. Maybe you can see them in this one, in this light better. So take glare off of it. Maybe it'll make it easier without the glare. But anyway, here's the video. And thanks for watching. Okay, welcome back. Today I'm going to work on this. I cut this Lake Superior agate. The heel off of this end was too thin to make anything out of. But I'm going to cut this piece down and make a necklace out of it. And then I'm going to make a pendant out of this. It's pretty thick. I didn't want to cut any more off of it because it's got a... let me get it wet. Actually, I should have got the other one wet too. There's the other side that's wet. It's got some nice patterns in it and some nice colors. I kind of like that caramel color. Some nice patterns in it. Fortification lines. A little druzy pocket here on this end. I might lose that. Well, I guess that's not the druzy pocket. I guess it's not a druzy pocket on this one. Must have been the other one I cut. I cut another one. I don't remember what the heck I did. Oh, it's still sitting over there. This end's got a lot of fortification lines in it. I don't know if you can see them there. But this is the heel end. This is the one I'm going to make the pendant out of. It's going to be fairly good sized around. I don't know how I'm going to get it done yet. It's just going to be one of those cut off the ugly until it looks good. So we'll get started. Drink. They're 20 after 3 and I'm still drinking coffee. Shows you what I've been doing all day. Watching YouTube videos. Just until about noon, 12:30. Then I had to cut these agates before I could do them. I got plenty of other stuff I could cut, but I spotted these on the shelf over there and decided I'd just go ahead and do them. These two, I knew I was going to cut them up because tumbling wouldn't have done no good, no justice. And that other one is a dark brown color. I got to check and see what the zoom was on now that I just got used to using it. Well, I shouldn't say I got used to using it, now that I learned how to use it. Okay, I think I can get the rest of that out with the 240 grit. Let's get some of these angles off of here. I don't like the sharp angles on some of these. This is going to stay sharp, but not that sharp. That's the shape I pretty much want right there. Oh, well, that's the shape I want. This end's got a, you can see it, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like a little floater piece like right in here. In the center of that lighter part of the center of that red is kind of separated from the rest of it with an air pocket. I hope it comes out good, because there's an awful lot of, you can see the pits in there. That's an awful lot of quartz in that. Okay, let's go to the 220 and smooth this down and see what happens. Grit's pretty harsh on it, so it may just be the pits are maybe from the 80 grit. Maybe they're not all quartz. I know there's an awful lot of small little fine lines in that though. Fortification lines. still got a couple of pits in there. That one's getting shallower. Wasn't much of a pit, but it was all clear. Didn't have any different colors in it. So. But I didn't want it to mar my shine. Well, there's a fingerprint on there. What do you know? Oh, it's drying out. Shucks and darn. No, it's still there. That must be fortification lines, not a fingerprint. Yep, that's fortification lines. There was a lot of fortification lines in that red. You can see them now. I've got a little bit of separation down here. See the white? There's that chip I was telling you about. See the white there? Comes around. Another fracture over here. Cuts that light spot there, but I don't think it's going to break or anything like that. It doesn't go all the way around the agate. It may have been healed. I don't know. I don't really care for that being there like that, but I don't want to lose all those lines in the middle, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. As long as I can get it to stop being white like that, I think I'll be all right. Awful lot of quartz in there, awful lot of quartz fortification lines. They're real heavy and, well, they're not heavy, they're thinner lines, but there's a bunch of them. And that means there's a lot of quartz crystals in there that's, of course, the whole thing looks kind of cloudy anyway, like it might be. A lot of quartz in there. But it is agate. Because I don't think it's quartzite. You can't really see the crystals. It might be what Katie Did Rocks calls milk agate. Maybe type of a milk agate, or basically I think milk agate's just an agate with a bunch of quartz in it. That's what I think. Instead of being in fortification lines, it's just all scattered throughout. Quartzite's pretty noticeable because you can actually see the grains. So it's like grains of sand. It's all fused together, but they're all quartz grains. I don't want to lose my little red triangle in the center of that fortification center or spot either. That triangle there up on this end. So it's got fortification lines going around the outside of that little triangle. Well, not the outside, all through it. Let's see what it looks like. Maybe I'm ready to go to the next stone. It feels like, or next wheel. Feels like I am. Just gotta look and see how much more of that white stuff I got, where the pits are at. Might not be able to get rid of that. And that one is gone as much as I thought it was. I think that's the white quartz in the fortification, because there's a lot of fortification lines clear down to where this wider section ends here. Wherever that white section ends is because it kind of follows that red pocket. I'm going to get it wet so you can see it. There's fortification lines all in that. Well, that dried off quick. There's fortification lines all in that white there, and there's fortification lines in here too, in that white cloudy looking agate, and I think there is some in the red too, because what I thought was a fingerprint was over here on this edge, and it was lines coming this way, lines coming this way, I think. Yeah, they were coming down like this, but it looked like a fingerprint. They were just so close together. Let's go to the next wheel and see what happens. We can always drop back one. Probably would have helped if I'd have had my light over there. I got some fractures in there I think are going to show up. At least I think they're fractures. They're not long fractures. My golly, and I still got that pit right there. It's more like a crystal pocket. More than anything. Might be stalling. Well, no, I didn't cut that side of it. But this is the face I cut. The rest of that was all heel. So I didn't cut that with the saw, so it's not stalling from my saw. I just found out what that was. Even though I've been doing this for 2 years, I haven't really done a whole lot yet. Had it fired, all that. Of course, you've probably heard all that before if you're watching these. If I ever post them. Still a little bit of it there. And it might be kind of like a little fracture underneath there, end of a fortification line, all kind of stuff that it could be. Cut on that a little more while I'm here. I thought I was getting rid of that white stuff on that fracture from on around that red, but reddish orange, whatever you want to call it. But I wasn't. Hell, I wasn't even working on it then either. That was more on my pits on around the fortification lines on that white spot on the front fortification. triangular shaped fortification. Come back here, you ain't getting away that easy. Gotta get a new sprayer on my spray bottle. That one's about wore out. I'm getting about that much of a pump on the handle. It's got a stroke about that long, and I'm only getting about that much water out of a whole stroke. See what that did. Well, okay, let's see if I can move on now. Yeah, I'm going to have those pits no matter what happens. Just a lot of quartz in that pocket. Still got a little bit of a darn pit in that red on this back corner. Well, this corner. Well, I got enough of it out that I should be all right now. Okay, move on to the next wheel. I'm ready for this thing to be done. It's getting warm in here. It's supposed to be over 100 with the heat index today. It's also supposed to be scattered rain. I hope it feels like it might be a little rainy out there now. Although I haven't looked out the window in a while. The air coming in through the window is nice and cool, but it's just hitting me on the left shoulder because it's coming in the window and going right out the door. So it's staying basically all to my left. now you can see the from the back side of that red. See the lines that look like a fingerprint here in this corner of the red. Shadow lines. I hope I can get those all to come out whether you can see them better. Those darn pits. And let's just go on to the next stone here a little bit. Work it a little bit more and go to the next stone, see if I can get them out that way. Thing about the smaller grits is they don't drag as many crystals out. It's going to be kind of spotty in there anyway. Those pits, there's spots all through there. The quartz is going to be two-tone, and the agate's going to be one color, and quartz is going to be a darker gray. Or vice versa. I don't know which is which. I think it's agate's maybe softer than the quartz, so it's probably the agate that's just more of a gray than the white. But it's going to be like it's not polished all the way. You'll see like on some of the others, it's undercutting a little bit, and so there's like indentations where the other mineral's at. And it shows up as kind of like a dull spot. So you'll see the pattern of the crystal and agate together. But nothing I can do about that either. I may even have those on my rounded side too. I like this stone. Of course, I don't know why. I'm just fascinated with the way all the lines and patterns are in there, and it's all done by nature. Imagine that. Nature can come up with some ugly crap every now and again, but it can also do beautiful things. And this took millions of years to form. And that was back when all the really bad stuff was going on in nature. Volcanoes. I don't know why I pronounced that with an A. And storms. Sun storms. Supernova eruptions. Or supernova explosions. Asteroids. All that stuff. We're still maybe able to make a good come out of it. That was lines on fortification lines that I was looking at, or what kind of scratch there that I hadn't gotten off on both of these two soft wheels, or scratches. Fortification lines, but I'm still may be able to get them out of there. The pits now, not scratches. So wherever all this, the red stuff that was here, the outer shell, or the outer rind, all this red stuff had fortification lines around it. This one, there's like an eye in there. See the yellow down here? And there's fortification lines that come around here like this. Okay, I was just checking to see if you could have seen what I was pointing at over there. See the little white fortification lines underneath that red. It's like there's an eyeball on the end of that right there. Oh, and it's got a pit in it. Man, thought I had that out. Oh well. Yeah, turn on the soft wheel and run it on the steel. I don't want to take all the red off. Call that good. Even if it's still there. I've got enough pits on that white. But you gotta have the pupil in the eyeball. now it's small enough that it ain't gonna make much difference if it's still there. There's a little bit of it, but it's more fortification lines than it is a pit. And it was triangular shaped, about like that. Okay, let's take it to the next. Let's take it to the next wheel. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything with those, all those pits or not. Crystals are going to break out no matter what I do, I think. Maybe these smaller grit stones won't break out as much, but they may not cut off as much enough as what I need either in order to get the pits out of there. Pits are so close together it makes it look dull. See now why that didn't shine, because I did it all flat sideways, 90 degrees sideways, horizontally, I should say. And it's curved in there. Wished I'd have got more of that curve out. I was trying to, but I didn't want to waste all this good red. Give it a little flavor. Got a little pattern going on there too from the different materials, the quartz and the agate. Just like around those fortification lines in that pocket there. You can see the dull and clear. All the water off my fingers this time, so I don't put more on it when I'm trying to wipe stuff off or dry stuff off. Same difference actually. Either drying stuff off or knocking lint off. Come back here, you. Tell you could leave yet. I'll figure out what the heck I was working on. That was a dull spot, but I can't remember which end. There it is. I'm not sure if it's a dull spot or if it's not fortification lines on that eyeball. Got a line. I'm stepping back to get that pit out of there. I made a line and didn't get it out. Flat line, ledge, sharp corner, whatever you want to call it. Got it now though. I don't know if that's scratches or nicks from something, or just a callus splitting. Oh, had to lay it down close to the machine where it could spit on it. Let's do this. Maybe fortification lines, but I can't see the lines. I can just see what looks like it might be scratches. It's probably fortification lines, but they didn't get glossed over. Yeah, they're still there. They're gonna be there. You can't see the lines because it's kind of in the yellowish looking stuff. Let's try going a different direction on it. Because if you can't see the other ones, you shouldn't be able to see those, or see the rest of them. And I'm liable to just expose the rest of them rather than getting rid of the ones that are there. Yeah, that's all I'm doing is busting out crystals, because every time I hit it with that, it changes the direction of the scratches. So it scratches. Crystals coming out is what it is. Well, I wish I could get that to look better. All that white in there. That's lines, or I don't know if that's flat edge corners or sharp corners or lines. Fortification lines. So we're kind of going this way. Yep, it's flat spots. That rounded them off. Close enough. There's still like a little pit in there, but it's a quartz chunk is what it is, or a piece of quartz. Okay. I believe it's done. I know I am. Let me zoom it out a little. If I can get a little closer, maybe it'll help. There we go. I gotta get closer. I got my other glasses. Let's do that. These don't focus out far enough for me to see that little 1-inch rectangular screen on this camera. Pretty shiny. There's the eye. Okay, now let me put some light behind it. I think that this side might be alright, but you can see the fractures in the red on this one. You can see more of the white line, in the white fortification around it, the quartz fortification around it. You can see the fortification lines in it. If I flip it over to the other side, it doesn't look quite as good, but the white overcomes the fortification line, so you can't see them on that in that little triangle. This little white triangle here, I don't know if you can see it. Where that little red triangle's at, there's white fortification lines all the way around it. And you can't, I think you'd have to be here in person. I don't think my camera's going to pick up the little fortification lines in that red. I don't know. I think you see it better when there's no glare on it, but you can't be quite positive of that either. It's one of those things you just got to sit and stare at it for hours in order to notice all the stuff that's on it. Well, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and share if you feel like it. Leave a comment. I'd love to see a comment. I haven't seen any yet. I've only got 32 videos up so far, but it's only been a little over a month. I'm trying to find out if you prefer the shorter videos or the longer videos, which ones get the most views. So far I haven't got enough analytics back yet to let me know whether they're watching the longer ones or the shorter ones more, so, or whether you guys are watching the longer or the shorter ones more. I don't know why I said they. I'm talking to a bunch of people probably if you're watching this video. I know I've had over 1,000 views already on all of the videos that I've got out, but only like 100 and some odd is on any one video. And 5 subscribers so far, and only 0 comments. Anyways, thanks for watching, and if you're watching this, it's almost Halloween. So have a happy Halloween, and have a good day.